Sorry, I didn't wait for a yes. Okay, so what we did the last class was basically ls dash la. See, I told you I did this the last time. You say I did not. Dash dash help is if you want to see more features about your command, right? And I still ran me that is teaching Linux. I ran a Linux command today and it crashed my server at work. I never still fix them. After this class, I have to go and sit down and see how I can bring it back. Because I literally crashed the entire server. I'm serious, oh, it never still come back up. So you see why Linux is important. Okay, we've done all of this CD, PWD, touch, cat, we've done remove, we've done CP, we've done move, CP-R, RM-RF, CP-RV, copies the folder, its content, and describes what is done. Okay, now let's talk about sudo. Let's talk about sudo. Okay, let's go ahead and create our EC2 instance, aws.amazon.com.
Also, good evening, sir.
Ah, you came late. We
I
don't
sent
share price.
I sent a message, sir.
We don't share price for those
The
who
Git class has finished.
no, our Git teacher is not this
Oh, okay.
post. Our Git teacher is
I didn't miss much.
do I have a did I create a underscore DevOps account the other time? I think I did. Okay. Okay. Let us then go ahead and create our EC2 instance. I hope you will remember to shut down your EC2 instance every time you set one up. So it's gonna be Ubuntu dash server as usual. Then this will be Ubuntu. We create this all the time so that you get used to working with the cloud. So at least 3 times a week you log into AWS and use the cloud. That's the plan. Um, then T3, I think we agreed to be using T3 small, right? Because even Ubuntu don't too big for T3 micro. Where is T3 though? Is it T3? Nano is smaller. Okay, T3 is small. And then my key pair is I'm in Ohio, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Let me go to Canada. Ubuntu. Is Aderonke here yet? Ubuntu server. This will be Ubuntu. Then T3.
She's here now. Thank God.
I called that to being. I called her.
Good
T3.
evening.
Good evening, Aderonke. Imagine everybody missing you. You see, a superstar.
Okay, you are welcome. We have been waiting for you
I'm
since.
so sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
She go work. She go work. No be work, you go.
No, no, no.
Welcome, Aderonke.
Thank you so much.
Okay, she just wake up.
We are looking for
What
ls-lh.
does LS? Here we shock all of us now. What does LS do, Jare?
It lists everything that you're looking
I told you. I told you. I told
for.
you. Aderonke na genius. What about
And
if I want to list it? Um, what about if I want to list what's the word? If I want to list what am I saying? If I want to list it in kilobyte and megabytes, what is the answer?
if you want to do what?
If I want to list it, ls is to list. If I want to list and see my files size in kilobyte and megabytes, and gigabytes. What would the command be?
I don't know that one.
See, as she just fall our hand like this. After we don't say Aderonke, as she come like this, she'll give us the answer. Eh?
Yeah.
It is well. What about
It's LS something. Can't remember.
LS something? You want me to help you type on?
LS space. You know, if when you type LS, I can see is it the LS app? I can see the
LSL.
option yes now or LS. Just type LS or LS app or something. LS that hyphen dash app.
Avec
It will
leave
give us
me.
then we can view what I mean
If you
read
know what,
the
you know that dash wey Caleb talk, we not type am. Whether make we type am true, right? Dash L.
no app HELP.
No. Okay, help. No, that one now you go do am. Not be me go do that one. Not use Ogboju for us. They use Lagos style. They use Lagos style for us. Anyways, my server is initializing. Let's give it a minute. For those that think I'm joking about my situation at work, I'm really stuck with Linux. See, my server has refused to start. I was working on my Linux server at work. My WSL, that's my Linux server on my local machine, and it has refused to come up. And now I'm worried because there's something I need to do, and senior management, which also includes the vice president of our department, they are waiting for me to say I have done that. Basically, it's to harden our servers, and hardening basically just means installing antivirus on our servers, and I have not done that because the only way for me to communicate or to log into those servers, I have crashed it. So I have to figure out a way. Anyways, that's my problem, but I made they collect the salary, no bill now. So make I go figure them out.
God will bless and favor you.
Eh?
God will bless and give you the answer.
Amen. Oh. If anybody wants to stay back and help me to solve my WSL problem, I don't mind. Anyways, let's see. Okay, now I'm back. I'm connected. So let's get the public IP. Click on this, get the public DNS, and come here, change this, paste this, save this, and then come to connect to my Linux server and continue. Ewo. What happened now? What key did I use? Oh, I used AirKing_cloud. Oh, but how on earth? And I cannot change a key then. A key after I cannot change a key after I have created the instance. I don't think I can. Okay, now I'm connected and I'm trying to now open my VS Code. All right, so I'm in. Okay, so let's go back to our Notion. And yep, so we talked about a couple of the former server deleted it. All the things we created was gone. ls-la and then ls-lah gives us in kilobyte. Now, let us talk about, we've done VI, which is good, right? I think we'll finish. Oh, okay, maybe this class and the next class we'll finish Linux. All right, so let's talk about elevating access. Let's talk about elevating access. Hello, Adebayo. Good evening. How is your friend? Not your Bayonde, Adebayo.
It's
Oh,
fine, sir.
is he already scared after doing it? No one come back.
No, I sent a message. I think he's at work, but he's going to come online with his phone. I think he's on the group chat. You should be able to see there's class, sir.
Okay, no wahala. All right, but I forgot to ask how do you guys see the Git lecture? Is it complex or easy or what?
It was really good yesterday, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. Who else can I ask? Aderonke, what do you think about the Git class?
The Git class was
Huh?
very straightforward. The lecturer was very patient.
Why do I feel like you are directly attacking me?
Why? No, I'm not.
Huh?
Do you feel that way?
Because you said it was great, the lecturer was really patient. Huh? Why do I feel attacked?
No, don't be attacked. You are a good lecturer as well.
Mm, know what to do. Chris go support me, Jerry. Chris, please tell me. Chris,
You said it yourself
you read
yesterday.
to
The
you
reason
read
why you brought her, you know the reason why you asked her to come and teach us. You said it yourself now.
that
Praise
what?
Praise has already
Praise say with
look at Praise is already saying something now. Look at the comment section.
I'm not saying anything in comment section. No. Now you send them give.
Praise, I beg, talk with you talk again. I am
What are you people doing to me? I don't understand. What is the reason why this thing? Let me know. Let me go and improve. Eh? If you not make me improve, you have me like that too. Now my version I go take go. Okay. No, nothing else. And I no go cuckoo beat me. All right, so sudo, how do I explain sudo? Everybody has a Windows computer, and even those that have a Mac, there are certain things you cannot do on your computer as your user, right? It's going to ask you enter your password, or it's going to ask you need administrator access to do something like this. Then it will tell you a couple of things. All of those additional permissions or higher permission in Linux they are called sudo. Sudo, that's everything as far as I know. Sudo is super user. Super user do. So a super user is doing things. That's super user doings. That's what sudo means. So the same way you cannot just come, let me try and see how easy it is to add a user in my Mac. Let me go to users and groups and go to what's going on later and go to add user. You see what happened here, right? It says users and group is trying to unlock system settings. Enter your password to allow this. If I enter my password, what is trying to tell me is that I cannot just use it as my regular user. I have the capability, but my default operation is not to be running around as an admin user. That's just what it means. I'm looking for a good example to use. For example, the one that is coming to my head is that my daughter, I ask my daughter to go meet my nephew who lives with me and says, Sheyi, go and tell, no, and I say, and he says, and she just goes to meet my cousin I call my daughter Sheyi and say, Sheyi, go and meet Ayomide, tell him to put water in the fridge, right? And Sheyi goes there and says, Uncle Ayomide, put water in the fridge. You already know what's going to happen to Sheyi as an African home, right? There's every likelihood that it's not going to receive a good reception, right? Now, if Sheyi now goes and says, Uncle Ayomide, Daddy said you should put water in the fridge. What's the difference between those two messages that Uncle Ayomide received? Somebody?
I think the second message comes with
Authority.
should I say authority? Exactly. Yes, that's the
Exactly.
word. Thanks. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, it's the same person that delivered the message, right? It's the same person that delivered the message. It's just that one can come with conk, the other will come with respect, right? Why? Because there is an authority, there is a super privilege that comes with that command. The command is put water in the fridge, right? That is the command. But the person sending that command will determine if that command will be received or not. That is how super user works. You have access to that super user privilege, but you're not running around with it because it is a privilege, right? So when the command goes, your computer is going to ask you, who is sending this message? Just like if you want to install a software on your Windows and then you double click on it, it's going to tell you you need super user to be able to, you need admin rights to be able to install this software. It's still the same user, it's still the same you, it's still the same Aderonke's computer, it's the same Aderonke that is the system. But Aderonke needs to assume a higher privilege to be able to install that application on the computer. And what that translates in Linux is sudo. That's what it translates to in Linux. So there are certain commands that you cannot run except you have that sudo privilege. That's just what it is. It is what it is. So let me cancel this, right? And see if I can do cd slash ls dash l. And let's say if I can go into cd slash opt ls dash l, right? Nothing is in slash opt, so cd dot slash etc ls dash l. Okay, there are a lot of things in this ls dash l, right? Now let me do ls dash lh to see the size, kilobyte. Okay, this is a configuration file. It looks light enough, right? It's a file, it's not a directory. I mentioned to you the other day, if it's a directory, it will have a D, right?
So can you help us to expand your terminals up a little bit so that we can see the beginning of this?
It's long now. It's long.
Okay.
You are looking for the command I ran.
Yeah.
I ran a command cd etc cd slash etc, then I did ls dash l. So I'm in the etc directory. And I just ran ls-l here, and I'm looking at one of the last four files, right? Which is xattrib .conf, which is like 681 bytes, right? Now, if I do what was the command that we said we can use to read a file again? What's the command? Somebody?
To read the auto list.
You can cut it. You can cut it.
Thank you. Cats, not dog. Cats x attribute .conf. Oh, it read. No, I don't want it to read. So I'm going to look for another file that I cannot read because this can be read. This is also a file. This is also a file, sudo as, but I cannot read it. I'm sure I cannot read it. Don't ask me how, but I'm sure I cannot read it. So cat sudo as, that's the name of the file. What do I have? What do you see after I ran cat sudo as? What did it tell me? Hello? What is my
Permission
response?
denied. Permission denied.
Permission denied. Why do I have permission denied? It's because the privileges that are assigned to this file does not permit me to read it. So I cannot read it because we will get there. The group is root, the owner is root, and I don't have a read permission here. So that's why it's telling me permission denied. Now, I can read this file with a super privilege. So this is my daughter going to Ayomide and saying, please put water in the fridge. And Ayomide responds and says, Kurombe, there's no road, right? Now, if I use a super user privilege, which is sudo cat sudoers, what happened? What changed? What changed? I suddenly can read it. Why? Because I have the sudo. Because I am no longer Sheyi. I am now daddy sending Sheyi with a higher privilege. That's just what it means. So the capability is there, but you don't use it for your daily operations. You use it only when it is important. Because as you know, this is a computer. If you delete something like I deleted at work, you are going to be stuck. You are going to be stuck. So you only use sudo because you need to. And that's all about sudo. Sudo is basically, like I said, just for you to do things that require superior privilege. It's super user. Sudo is super user do, I believe. Yeah, I believe so. Don't mind me, am I second guessing? All right, so that's what sudo does. So, and now that takes us to the next topic, which is adding a user, right? As you can see here, remember I said my user is Ubuntu. That is the default that comes with your AWS Linux. That's my user. My user is Ubuntu. That's the default, right? Now, excuse me. Now, let me go back to users and groups here. Users and groups here. And check this out. If I want to add a user, it asks me for a password, right? And then it now asks, let me just enter my password. That means I'm now here as sudo. I've used admin access. I can now create a user. Full name, account name, password, right? Verify, and the likes, right? Is it a new standard user or admin user or sharing only user or whatever it is, right? Now, if I create a new user here or on a Mac or in a Windows, right? What does it mean? What does it mean? Temitope. What does it mean?
I didn't get the question.
If
What did
I
you say?
if I click here, add a new user and do all of these things, and let's say I add a new user, I add my wife, Mirabelle, and then Mirabelle is now a user on this computer. What does it mean?
It depends on the role you give the user. So the user is obviously not the admin,
This
but
is and
yes.
so what
So the user just gets the role is, how do I explain it? It gets some,
but
but it's not the admin. You can just I mean, it's just a user
what I'm
group.
let me allow another person to try.
Yes.
In layman, don't be too technical about it. It's just layman English. So you come here and you see Anoluapo Akinyera, Mirabella Akinyera guest user. What does that, how do you interpret that?
Anoluapo is the admin, and Mirabel is a guest using the system, and Mirabel will be probably restricted to use some things that the admin accepts that she can use.
Yes, there's just one thing I want to hear.
Okay.
But you are going too technical. Aderoke, you're muted yourself.
Landlord and tenant.
Not be that one. Not be only landlord and
Yeah, so guest user we have, I mean the admin we have higher privilege than the guest
people
user.
are too. Ay, Jesus. Okay, if I create a user and the user is admin, what does it mean? And now I have Anoluako Akinra, I have Mirabe Akinra. Both of them are admin. What does it mean?
Root, root, like
Two user now. There are two user.
Exactly. Two people can use the computer. That's all I want to hear. Oh. I wasn't even asking about privilege or anything. Oh. I just want you to say right now, only Anoluako can use this computer. You need to have an Oluwapo's password to be able to use this computer. But right now, when you have created a new user, the new user can also use the computer. Then you can now add with limited permission or with full permission. But what it means is that you can have more than one user using the computer. I have a Microsoft Surface. When I bought the MacBook, I wanted to give the Microsoft Surface to my daughter. So I created a new user for her. So she uses the computer with a user, but my user is still there. So that means two people can use the computer. That's all I wanted to hear. Oh. Simple, oh, but too much technical expertise did this class. Anyways, so what I'm trying to bring out is if I create a new user here, that means more than one person can log into this computer. And where I'm going is that you can also do that with Linux. You can also do that with Linux. And what it just means is right now, my only user is Ubuntu. I'm sure what's the command to check the list users in Ubuntu? Let me check the chat. GPT, GPT, chats.openai.com. Let me check my chat GPT. And that would be here and say, how do I list users in an Ubuntu server? Don't think anything. Don't think. Just answer me, I beg. This chat GPT 5. Simple cat/etc/password. So cat/etc/password. Like I said, you are going to see a lot of users, right? Because a lot of things do a lot of things on this computer that you don't know, right? But the main users you need are here. Root and Ubuntu. Now, the ones that you should be the simple interpretation of all of this is look at the kind of shell they are using to communicate. This uses /bin/bash. There's no login, which obviously in English means no login. No login, sync, no login, 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 false, no login, false, no login, like that, like until you now get to Ubuntu, which is /bin/bash. So the ones you need a shell to be able to log into your computer, and there are different kinds of shell. There's the sh, there's the bash, there's the zsh. Sh is the normal shell, bash is the born again shell, and that's what it means, born again shell. BA shell, bash. ZSH is the Z shell. I think there's DSH. There's a lot of SH everywhere. There's a command to check all of that as well. But we are only focusing on /bin/bash, which means I only have two users, two shell users, which is the root and Ubuntu, right? Though that means these are the ones that can log in. These other ones cannot log in because obviously, as you can see, they are telling you no login. No login. They cannot log in. Now, where am I going? If I create another user, right, it will show up here and it will tell you the kind of shell I'm able to log in with, right? So as you see here, I'm able to create Mirabel, right? Now, if I come here and now create a user, and that command here is what? To create a new user called Ayodele. Run the command add user Ayodele, and let me run it. Add user Ayodele, and let us see what's gonna happen. Fatal. What do you think that means? It says fatal. Only root may add a user or group to the system. This is synonymous with my daughter going to go and overdo and sending my nephew message. She knows that he can respond anyhow, as in the African home. I'm not saying we're violent. We're not violent in our house, but we don't used to take nonsense and rubbish. All right. Anyways, so only root may add a user or group to the system. So what's my answer? Add user Ayodele does not work. What is my answer?
Sudo add user
Ma?
Ayodele. You put sudo in front of it.
Thank you, ma. Sudo.
I have a question. Then,
Yes.
if we are not user, then who are we?
If you are not what?
We are not rich. If this, I thought you are the one that log in to this is it born again shell or this shell?
Mhm.
So that definitely you are the root user. So how come you're not a root?
I'm not a root user. You are Ubuntu. You are Ubuntu, but you have access to a higher privilege. You have access to a higher privilege. Ubuntu itself does not have that higher privilege, but Ubuntu can call that higher privilege. And not all users can call the higher privilege. Like this new user we're creating will not be able to call a sudo command, and I'll show you. So let's create a new user, sudo add user Ayodele, and it's asking for a password. So I'm just gonna say admin, all small letters 123, and it's gonna ask me to retype. As you can see, just like yesterday, admin 123. I have typed it, but it doesn't show anything in my terminal. That is Linux way of protecting your password, right? So it has taken it. So you see, enter the new value, Ayodele, and then room number. You can skip all those ones, keep all these ones. Is this information correct? Yes or no? I type a Y and yes. Now, have you seen user Ayodele has been added to the group users, which is a good thing. So if I cut my /etc/ slash,
Apologies. Sorry. Where did you see the password? We didn't create password now.
I typed it now, but you didn't see it
But I'm saying we didn't create a password when we are signing into Ubuntu.
because you already used your PEM key to sign in.
And so how did you get the password?
Your PEM key is your password now. If you are using AWS, the only way you can log into your system, even if you have 30 million users, is through the Ubuntu user.
And so, how did you copy the PEM user?
I don't
Because
understand.
I mean the PEM for your password, because we didn't see you copying anything from anywhere.
But the Ubuntu user is the default user now.
Okay, I'm actually trying to follow you along. So I reached this new password. I don't know what to type.
I told you type admin 123 now.
Admin 123. Okay, okay. I think yes. Sorry.
Can we go ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, great. Now I have created a new user Ayodele, and now let me cut etc/password. And what do you see? There is now Ubuntu user with bash, there is the root user with bash, and there is the what? Ayodele user with what? With what?
But
Bash. So that means I can now log in. I can now log in as an Ayodele user. I can now log in with an Ayodele user. So I can log in as root. I can log in as Ubuntu, which I'm currently logged in as, and I can log in as Ayodele. So let me first of all try to log in as root. Again, the command to switch user in the command to switch user in sorry, the command to switch user is su. That is the command. Su, switch user. If I want to log off of this current one, I want to log off from Anoluwakwa Akínra and log in as a guest user, right? Or log in as the new user I've created. You log off and then you log in again. In Ubuntu, what you do is you switch user, SU, right? Then dash the name of the user you are switching to. So in my case, it will be root. Again, it's going to shout. You see, it's asking me for password. Unfortunately, I don't know the password for Ubuntu, so I'm going to escape because my password is my PEM file and I cannot copy it here because if I copy it here, it's not going to work and it's going to fail and all of those things. Just forget about it. Ubuntu user was created by AWS, so there's nothing I can do, right? So now, the way I can switch to root is what? Sudo as usual. Sudo su, then space root. And what do you see? Now I am no longer an Ubuntu user. I am now a what? Talk now.
Root user.
I am now a root user. Now, and with as a root user, I can do anything. Root user is the sudo. So if you are in root and you want to run any command, you don't even need to use sudo because you are already that root user. When you do a sudo as Ubuntu, you are assuming the role of a root to do your things, right? But if you are in root, you don't need to sudo because all of your commands just go in straight. So to exit my root user, because I just wanted to show you this, you type exit. And when you type exit, he exits the root and goes back to Ubuntu. It exits the root and goes back to Ubuntu. Now let me switch to my user I just created, and that is Ayodele. Sudo su dash Ayodele. What do you see here? I was Ubuntu before. When I switch user to Ayodele, now I'm what? Ayodele. Now, what this means is that Ayodele is a new user. Ayodele can run a couple of commands, ls-la, right? Ayodele can run touch Ayodele. You have created a user. You wouldn't see it here though because you are Ubuntu user. So you won't see it. You won't see Ayodele's details. Touch Ayodele. So for you to do anything, you have to do ls-l, and you see there's Ayodele here, right? Now, let us now go and do use our Agidi and try to run that same command that we ran, which is cat sudo cat slash etc, I believe, slash etc or slash etc, my fast finger, slash sudo as. You see, permission denied. Now, with Ubuntu user, I was able to sudo and I was able to read it. So let me do sudo again. Sudo cat etc sudo as. It's going to ask you your password because you want to assume root, and you can't assume root without giving some form of credential. So I'm going to say admin 123. You see, what do you see here? Ayodele is not in the sudo as file. Don't let this deceive you. These sentences mean two different things. They refer to the same thing, but they mean two different things. Now, you have the response saying Ayodele is not in the sudo as file. What does that mean? It means Ayodele is not an admin. It means Ayodele does not have the right and permission to become a root user. So when I wanted to switch to root, I did sudo su-root. It will ask for password again, admin123. I cannot do anything with sudo. I'm going to keep having roadblocks. Why? Because Ayodele does not have that role to perform that thing. If that makes sense. Ayodele does not have that role to perform that thing. So what we can do, let's exit. Exit. If we type exit, we're back to Ubuntu. And as Ubuntu, you can do everything that you were able to do before. So that's just what sudo does. Sudo is you assuming the root, becoming the root, and using it to run your commands. Can I proceed?
Yes, please.
Adebayo. Adebayo, the Adebayo O. Hello. Mr. Chris, you don't sleep?
I'm here with you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? But let's be careful about sudo because sudo can break your system. Just like it broke my system today. I feel embarrassed, but sudo broke my system. That's the second most embarrassing thing I've done in my company. At least I not delete database. I have a colleague that has gone to delete our database at work before. You don't want to know what happened.
Is it the RM command?
Yes. I don't even know what it is wrong. That day, now God saved me. Let's just say God loves me. That's all I can say. Really, really. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Anyways, can we continue? All right, so that's what you can do with the sudo command. Let's go to the next one. Imagine we've already done this, right? And we've already talked about these two earlier in our lives. To switch to the root user, you don't need to add root here. Just sudo su is good. Sudo su means I'm switching to become the full admin. The next thing is installing applications. Installing applications. How do I install applications on my computer? This is a server, this is a computer. I need to be able to install applications to work. Should I only use the follow com applications? Is that the best way to go about it? How do I install on, how do I install? The answer is quite easy. The answer is quite easy. The command that you are going to run requires the apt, A-P-T, apt, A-P-T. The command you're going to run requires the apt. What is apt?
Pastor, I'm
Eh?
sorry, just a question. The sudo this thing, are we not going to do that for now? Like adding, since
Let me
it's
see.
ideally it's not in the sudo file, are we adding it or we're not doing that?
Uh, we'll do it later.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we'll do it later. We'll do it later.
Okay.
It's there. It's here. I've seen it here already. Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, oh my God, they have sent my daughter to me. IBK, what is it? Hey, hey, what? Can you please go and meet your mommy? Where did you see this pen? Pen. Yeah, go and meet your mommy. Thank you. Make her come lock my door. Anyways, let's continue. What did I say we're going to continue with? Installing applications. Yes. So, installing applications, let's put it this way. Um, how many people use Android phones and how many people use iPhones here? Just type it in your chat. Type it in this chat, in this Zoom chat. Just type Android, iPhone, Android, iPhone, Android, iPhone. Only one person has answered. iPhone, iPhone, Android, Android, Android. Okay, great. So, Adironke, how do you, if I tell you, oh, there's this new app, it helps you with tasks, it helps you to make your life arranged and everything. The app is called Trello. How do you install Trello on your iPhone? Why is your volume low? Where are you in? Your volume is low, Adironke.
It's on the highest.
From the what?
I said I go to the App Store to get the application.
Thank you. You go to the App Store. That same question should go for Samsung. How do you install it on your Android?
Play Store.
Thank you very much. So, the same way, Linux also has their own App Store and Play Store. If it is Ubuntu, your App Store is called apt, A-P-T, or Snap, but apt is more popular. You know, Ubuntu is open source, so people can create whatever they want, right? Ubuntu is apt or Snap. Red Hat is Yum, which they have now changed to DNF. Red Hat is Yum, which they have now changed to DNF. So, just as I was saying, for you to be able to install an application, there are actually three ways. Number one, IBK, go and meet your mommy. Go and meet your mommy. Where's your mommy? Downstairs? Uh-huh. Thank you. Your sorry about that. This girl too smart. She not gonna come out for the room, make her no close door. Uh Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, the App Store is APT. That's where your app, most of your apps would be, right? That's the App Store. Sorry, let me close my door. Shay, Shay, where did they go? Okay, please don't let IBK come. Sorry about that. Now, there are three ways to install. The first one is your App Store, which is APT. The second way is to download. The second two ways is to download. Yeah, the second way is to download, right? And install. The third way, which is one of the most common ways we are going to be installing, is to link it to your App Store and now install it from your App Store. Does that make sense? The third way. Does the third way make sense? Okay. Anybody there? So the first way, go ahead, or you're muted.
No, please continue. Just saying yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank God though. I thought nobody understood me.
We don't understand. Please take it again. No. No.
So the first way is to
This is AI.
praise the AI, don't go type am. So this is the first way. You go to your App Store. Even Windows now has their App Store, right? So you go to App Store and let's say I'm looking for Trello, right? And I search for Trello. You see it's here. You click on Get, it installs it for you, right? Now, that is the first way. The second way is to, let's say somebody should give me the name of an application I need to install.
On your
On my Mac that you think I have not installed. A
does it have to
general
be from the App
application.
Store?
Windsurf is what's coming to my head, but not Windsurf.
Does it have to be from the App Store?
No, I have to download and install.
Open ports.
What on earth is that? Please don't be answering my question again. Kilo the open port.
It's very useful and you like it.
Open ports.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Please remove the scanner. Please remove the checker. Thank you. And put an S at the end. Just put an S on the end.
Where is it?
Okay, please just put Mac after
Mark. You're not there.
Please remove the space from the open and the ports, please.
Praise I beg. You're not
Yeah.
there.
It's not there.
Open port.
ports.
I don't know open port. I don't know. Say the one way praise go talk. He go pass. Anyways, give me another one. I said the one that people know.
One that people know.
Maybe I bought some.
A
Let's see.
browser.
Eh?
A browser.
Yeah. Let's assume.
Or
Okay, a browser. I don't have Firefox, so let me say Firefox. Right? So I'll go to Firefox. Let's check whether it's in my App Store first. Where's my App Store? I don't close them. App Store, and let me search for Firefox. Firefox there. They're not there. Firefox is not here. So there's no Firefox here, right? So I try to download Firefox from my Play Store. Thank you, Praise. You try. I tried to download Firefox from my Play Store. As you can see, it's not here. They don't have a browser in the Play Store. What's my next line of action? I come here, I go there, and I click on download Firefox, right? And it's going to start downloading. It should already, you see, it's already downloading. 133 MB is already downloading, and which should be done in about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zero. Done. I still count 10 and it work. I don't know what's happening with my internet speed though. Speed check. Speed test. Let's check our speed test. Let me check Google speed tests. Where am I connected to, Which Wi-Fi am I connected to? Oh, I'm actually connected to my hotspot. Sorry, you people should forgive me. I'm connected to my phone. Imagine. Thank God I even checked. So there may be a little disruption because I'm trying to connect to, I'm gonna try to connect to my internet, of my office internet. So give me a moment because I was wondering why that download took a lot of time. 37 is not the best that I want. So give me a moment. Oh, sorry. Can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Samson?
I actually wanted to say that maybe we should continue the other time until maybe when you want to give us break before you switch. But
You
I don't know
wanted
how
to say
much.
that, bah?
Yeah, but I don't know how much you have on your phone so that we don't finish.
No, it's actually connected to the Wi-Fi. I just don't like it when I'm, at least it's better now, but 50, 60, even the one in my home office is not connecting. It's I had to connect to the one downstairs. The one in my home office is not connecting. But yeah, we'll manage it. All right, 45 Mbps is not bad. Okay, so we have, as you can see, we have now downloaded Firefox, right? To install Firefox, what do I do? I come here and how do I install Firefox? Somebody?
You open double click on it.
Thank you. Double click and follow the prompt, right? Firefox browser. In Mac, you have to just drag it inside, and that would be all. And by doing that, I have already installed Firefox. In Windows, I know it's a different way. You have to double click and click next, 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 right? Now, I have downloaded Firefox, and let me see if I have Firefox right now. Yep, Firefox I do have. And open, and now I'm up. I have downloaded Firefox right now. Yeah. Okay, and I'm home. This is actually my first time of using Firefox in like forever. Okay, so now what is the third way? The third way, Brother Bayonle asked me to re-explain. The third way of downloading is I will carry this Firefox, right? I will now carry I'll carry the Firefox. I will now come to my Play Store. The Play Store now has a place where I can add, I can attach applications that are not in the Play Store. Remember, I said it's pretty much open source, right? So you can literally do anything. So I will now carry that. Let's say Firefox is not here. Part of these options include attach an application. I will now click on attach an application, put the link to my Firefox, and say every time I want to install Firefox, just go to attached applications and install Firefox. That is the third way. Brother Bayo, does that make sense now?
Yeah, so what I'm saying, do you mean that is possible now on Apple Store or on.
No, it's not possible on Apple Store. Apple Store is not open source now. It's
Then
only possible on Ubuntu.
which one are you talking? Okay, it's
On
Ubuntu.
Linux.
Oh, okay. On Linux. Okay, okay.
Yes, I said there are 3 ways of installing an app in Linux. Number 1, download from the App Store. That is the APT for Ubuntu. Number 2, download the app directly and install it. Number 3, add the software you want to download to the apps repository, which is the App Store, and now download it from the App Store. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Those are the 3 ways. So for example, we are going to be learning Terraform. Download Terraform for Linux, for Ubuntu. We are going to be learning Terraform. Let us see how we are going to install Terraform in Ubuntu. Oh, this is us downloading. Well, no. The Ubuntu, as you can see, you first of all download it, right? After you download it, you are going to unlock it, I believe. After you unlock it, you are now going to add it to the Play Store. You are going to add this to the Play Store like this. After you have added it to the App Store, you will now use apt to install it. Because if I just come here and I do sudo apt install Terraform, I doubt it's going to work. You see, what did it tell me? It says unable to locate package Terraform. Why? Because Terraform does not exist in the App Store. So I first of all have to add it. I first of all need to add it to my App Store by running these first 2 commands. Then I will now update my App Store. That is when I can now install Terraform. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Which
Tell me which part does not make sense, then I'll go again. Okay, let's start with the ones that make sense, then we can go on the ones that don't make sense. Abby?
yes, sir.
Okay, great. Same thing for this one too. Before you can install, you have to first of all add it. I'm looking for the one that we will now install directly. But yeah, let's go ahead. The first one, let us install our first app. Again, you are going to need sudo privileges to install anything. If you just do apt install Terraform, it will tell you they play. Basically, they play. You see, permission denied. Right? So you need to, when you want to do super user related things, you need to use sudo, right? So let us do the easiest one that we always do, which is nginx, which is our web server, right? Sudo apt install nginx, right? That is just your simple command to install nginx. Sudo apt install nginx, which is a web server. The assignment you did 2 weeks ago, right? Do you want to continue? Yes. And again, you need to first of all this is a fresh server, so you need to first of all update your repository, your Play Store, to know what is there or not. So I made a mistake. That will be sudo apt updates. You first of all need to update your App Store so that it will make sure it is updated. After you have done all of that, it's still updating. After you've done all of that, you can now install your nginx. Now, the next thing to do is sudo apt install nginx. And you want to do this? Yes, and boom. It is now downloading nginx for you. You see? That's all. I have installed nginx. If you want to check if nginx is installed, I think the command is sudo system CTL, status, Nginx. And then you are going to, I'll copy this command for you. Well, how many commands do you want me to copy for you? History, grep, history tail dash and 10. Which is sudo apt updates. So I'm gonna give you these 3 commands and paste it here. Yeah, I've put it in the chat. Do you want me to put it in this Zoom chat as well? Do you want me to put it in this Zoom chat?
Yes, please.
Okay. What's going on here? Okay. And putting that in the Zoom chat now. Yeah, these are the commands. So I have installed Nginx now. Let me go check my browser, and I have checked the status of Nginx. As you can see, it is active since 22 seconds ago, right? So all I just need to do to know whether it is running is I'm gonna go to my browser, go to my AWS account, copy the public IP address. We've done this before, but to refresh your memory, paste it, and you can see welcome to Nginx. Nginx is now installed. Before now, there will be nothing. So if you want to uninstall, I think the command is sudo apt remove nginx, and it's going to tell you it will be removed. So let me remove this, and it's removed. And if I refresh my page, nothing. And the web server is what? It's gone, right? So basically, this is how you install and uninstall. Sudo apt install and sudo apt remove. By the way, I remember something about the user management that we did. If you want to, we created a user Ayodele. I told you in the home folder, cd home, which is my root folder. If I do ls-l, and I check my home folder, so ls-l home, you see there is the Ubuntu user, there's the Ayodele user. Uh, that's just a that's a quick detour to show you. I think I mentioned that the last time. So let me install Nginx back. Anybody has a question? Samson?
No.
Great. Now I've removed the Nginx and I've added Nginx back by
Sorry, I have a
refresh.
question.
Yes, sir.
Can this engineers be installed on a window terminal? Sorry, that's using terminal on a
On
window.
Windows, of course, I think so. Nginx should be able to work on Windows. But let's ask Google. Can Nginx run on Windows? Can you install? Yes, you can. But for Windows, Apache is more popular. Nginx on Windows, and the answer is yes. You can download the official Windows binary, extract the file, and start the Nginx server from command line. You see, while it's fully supported on Windows, the community generally recommends using Linux for production environment to avoid performance limitation and potential issues with the Windows version. Have I answered your question, sir?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So yeah, that's about Nginx. We have done Nginx. So what other thing can we install without the App Store? Because this is App Store. You see, sudo apt install Nginx. Yum is for Amazon Linux or Red Hat. They've changed it to DNF, but we will get there when we start using Amazon Linux or we start using Red Hat. This is just Ubuntu. So for Ubuntu or Debian, this is what we do. Now, you can use wget. to download files. So let's say you have an installer file you want to install. An example, no example is coming to my head now, but let us ask Google what example of app I can use wget to install on Ubuntu. So wget is used for downloading files from the internet. You know, when I went to Firefox, I clicked on download and it downloaded. If I want to download a file from the internet, then right way to go is wget. That's the right way to go. Wget. So it does not directly install an application like apt does. It will download the raw files, then typically require further steps like extracting archives, compiling, and doing all of those things. So you can download WordPress and then you can unzip and you do all of those things, right? So these are examples. So the second way is to download, and there are a lot of ways to download. You can use curl, curl. You can use wget. So for example, let's say I want to download. If you look in here, you see they wanted to download GPG, right? What did they use? They used wget. Where's the Docker? The Docker as well to download Docker. Here they used curl, curl. They used curl to download, right? So you can download through various ways. So let's say I want to download this GPG. I don't know what is in there, but let me copy and see what will happen if I downloaded it. I've not done it before, but let's see. ls-l, nothing is here. Let me download and ls-l. What happened now? Okay, just downloaded it as a text on my. Oh, okay. Okay, it's because of the dash O. That means I'm just reading it. So let me remove the dash O. Wget. And if I do ls-l again, you see I downloaded GPG. Does it make sense? So this is the key. I think this is a key check-in. I have to ask Google or AI to tell me. But yeah, I used wget. Let me copy the command on the WhatsApp. Wget to download. So you can use wget to download. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? So whatever you now want to do, let's say you use wget to download. So let me look for this Firefox file I downloaded, right? Can I find the... So let's say I want to download Git. I think we downloaded Git yesterday. Download Git installer. Let us see. Download Git installer. Let's say I want to download a GPG file, right? So if I click on this, it's saying I should use, I'm looking for the download file. Let's say Windows. Okay, this here, this link here, looking at this place, this where my mouse is, it will tell you what you are downloading. You see github.com/git, Windows, all of those things. So let me copy this link address. If I right click on it, it's going to download it to my computer. But I don't want to right click, I don't want to download it to my computer, right? So I'm sending it this exe your way. I want to download it on my Ubuntu. As you can see, it's an exe file. Okay, let me click on it and then you'll see it to download. What am I downloading? I am downloading a git 251.064bit.exe. When it is done downloading, I can go to my downloads folder and I would see the exe file there. So now it's done downloading. If I come here, you would see what downloaded was a git this.exe. I want to download that same thing on my Linux server. Although it's going to be useless because Linux does not use exe, but I just want to download so that you'll see. So the answer is wget, and I'm pasting this, and you see, 100% it has downloaded it. If I do ls-l, I have downloaded it. Just as it downloaded on my downloads folder, I have downloaded it to this folder. And it is an exe file. So if I downloaded an executable file for Linux, I will download it, then I can now I can extract it and do all of those things. And I have successfully excuse me. Oh, this is my cue to take a break. I don't talk too much. All right, yes, I have successfully downloaded it. The last one I wanted to show us before we go on break is call. If you want to download,
Do you have water beside you, sir?
no, I don't. But let's finish call, then we'll go on break. Call also downloads it for you, right? Call also, excuse me, it also downloads it for you. So I'm going to copy this command here, right? And let us see how that goes. Excuse me. I'm going to copy this command, this sudo call-l, and see what that will fetch me. Call-l, what I'm doing is I am downloading something from call docker compose 1.29.2, and I want to save it as docker compose, right? So let me press enter, and as you can see, just like wget, it has also downloaded, right? If I do ls-l, you would see I have successfully downloaded docker compose. So if I want to install it, just follow the commands. Most of these applications have a very good and robust documentation on how you can install. So you don't have a problem. Like you can see in our Docker, there's good documentation. In our Terraform, there's good documentation. If we go to Git as well and say we want to download on Linux, you see there's good documentation, right? There's good documentation. If I want to download Jenkins download Ubuntu, uh, Jenkins download Ubuntu, you see, there's good documentation. There's always good documentation. You see, you have to wget to download it, then add it to the apt repository, and then sudo apt update and sudo apt get Jenkins. So those are the three ways you can install something on your Linux server. Any questions? Any questions? Going? Don't let me now come back and now ask question. You now say you do not know. Eh? Okay, so when I come back, we're going to skip these other common Linux commands for now. We'll go to users and groups, and I will try and see how much we can do about users and groups. Maybe we can also get up to it's plenty. This is where whatever we can do until 10 o'clock we will do. But for now, how many minutes break should we take? Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's vote. Let's vote. How many minutes break should we take? Huh?
10.
10. Okay, see you by 10:20. 9:20, sorry, or 9:25. See you in 10 or 15 minutes. Let's take 15. So see you by 9:25. I'm gonna pause the recording and go repark my car. Dollars for the whole of your DevOps. So as now this one is still $1, I'm still covered. So just be shutting down your instances. I don't know why you don't have free tier though. That's story for another day, but let's see how it goes.
I don't
Okay.
have. For every time I open it, I guess they will charge me for it. For even though it's 1 second. That is why it's 0.00 something.
Yes, they charge by the hour. To they round it off to the nearest hour plus hour, if that makes sense. All right, let's continue. So we have we've done I said we'll come back to this later, right? So we've done users and group. SU switches to root user. SU dash username switches to the specified user. So SU dash Akinyera, SU dash Ayodele, you get. Add user creates a user. Del user deletes an existing user. So let me create a user. Let's say I want to create user. Sudo add user Igboran. Let me use a.
Be clearing your screen now.
No, I don't like clearing my screen. Why?
It's too much now. We don't even know what we are looking at again.
I like to be able to scroll down, scroll and see what I have done. Clearing screen just clears everything and you can't go back to it. So
Yeah.
I like to be able to go up and say, okay, this is what I did when I did this. But if you want to clear, please be my guest.
I don't think you have started recording now.
I have.
Okay.
Add user, make I check again because I don't want to go pay no pass. Yes, I'm recording. Sudo add user. Sudo add user. Give me the name of a user. Miriam. And then it's going to ask for the password. I'll just put admin123, admin123, full name, room number. I don't need all of this. Information is correct. Yes. So Miriam, I don't know if I spelled the Miriam very well, but yeah. So if I do ls-l/home, I would see that there's a user Miriam, right? If I do cat/etc/password, I will see that a Miriam has been added. Now, if I want to remove a user, I believe this will be gone, but that folder will not be gone. It will not delete the folder, but your user will not be able to log in. So sudo del user Miriam. And it has removed it. So if I go back here, it's gone. But if I go to the list of my folder, it is there. Why is it there? Because there is the Miriam user may have used it for some data, and we don't want to lose that. If that makes sense. Okay. Any comments? No comments, I believe. So that's what delete user does. Also, before you go to bed, remember to shut down your server so that it will not take too much money from you. I do not want this. Okay. CD home. Okay. All right. So to list the active users, this is another command for you to list your active users that can log in. As you can see, there is root, there's Ubuntu, and there's Ayodele. These are the people that can log into this system currently. Before there was Miriam, but now there's no longer Miriam. Now, group, 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 group. Why do we need groups? Can somebody tell me why we need groups? Why do we need groups? It exists in Windows, by the way, just before you say you don't need it. Groups exist everywhere. Why do we need groups? Groups are basically Temitope,
Yeah.
you wanted to say something?
So I just wanted to say that I'm trying to align it in my head. So groups, for example, we can have in just to help with giving the roles and this thing. So we can have DevOps group, QAI group, like and all the users will be in a group. If you get what I'm trying to say, like I don't know how I can explain myself.
I assume you've done Linux at one point in your life before, but
Yeah. Yes.
thank you. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering that question excellently. We are grateful to have somebody who is as genius as you in this class. Should I continue? Okay. Now, group, like Temitope said, is how would I put it? Just as she said, how would she put it? Group is group. That's just what it is. Group is group. So we have on my street, my house number is number 36, right? And my neighbor's house number is number 38. I live in a semi-detached, in case people outside of Canada don't know what semi-detached is. Semi-detached house. This is how is where's semi-detached now? This like this. This is how a semi-detached house looks like. One part is for one person, one part is for one person. So this is the type of house I live in, right? So I am number 36, I'm number 38. Now, let's say this is a very big house, right? That there is somebody that is able to access both all the spaces within this house with a special code. What kind of user would that person be? What kind of user would
Super
that
user.
super user or what? What's
Roots.
the name? Root, thank you. So the root user has access to this entire house, right? But let's say this flat belongs to DevOps and this flat belongs to developers, right? This belongs to DevOps, this belongs to developers, right? What would be the first thing you would create, the user or the group? Is it the people that will live in the house that you would create, or you are going to first of all allocate what the name of each place?
The group, name of each
Thank
place.
you. The group. So users are users, just like we know. But grouping determines who has access to what in the house. The house is a big house like this, as you can see, two garage, two entrances, and all of those things, right? Now, the the user, the user is allocated to the group they have access to. So let's say in my house, I use a PIN code, right? And this house too, they use a PIN code. Let's say the PIN code to my house is 5673, right? And the PIN code to this house is 2615, right? If I come to this house and I enter 5673, will it grant me access? Will I be able to access the house?
No.
No. The reason is because I I am not part of the group, so I don't know the code they use in that group, right? But if I come here and I enter my code, you would see that it will work, right? So that's all I just wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say about users and about groups. That's all I wanted to say. So a group in a Linux server is the group of people, while a user is your regular user, somebody that has access to the house. Any questions so far? So to create a group, you use the command group add. So let's say in this server, I want, let me do ls-l again. I have downloaded all of these things, right? In this server, I want the DevOps group. I want to create the DevOps group because I want certain things to be accessible to people of DevOps. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, what this means is that I can now create a group, which is do I use sudo? Yes, of course. Sudo, something is something downstairs. Some aroma is coming from the kitchen downstairs that is distracting me. And I never chop group add DevOps. That's all. It has created the group. How do I list the group? How do I list the group? I think I may have to ask Google for that. Lists groups in Ubuntu, and that is what kind of command is this? Comgen-G? Never heard this before. Am I in the right place? Get ent group. I think I'll believe this one more. Get ent group. Hey, way too many groups. But as usual, there's the root, and then there's the Ubuntu, there's the Ayodele, and there's the DevOps that was just created. So get ent group, and then maybe you grep. Can we grep? Maybe not. I don't see what you can grep here. But yeah, that's how to add a group. So now let us now add people to groups. Let us add people to groups. Let's add people to groups. Right now, I only have Ubuntu and Ayodele user, right? I only have Ubuntu and Ayodele user. So let me add a new user, which is sudo add user, right? Is that the command? Or user add? Is it add user or user add? Praise. Ma?
Add user, add user.
Add user praise. New password admin 123 admin 123, right? And yes, and then let us add a new user, sudo add user. Temi
Wanted to say something.
Ma?
For add user, if you're having that user, the user will not have folders in it. But if you are using user add, then you can create like a major folder for the user.
Seriously, I didn't know that. Thank
Ah.
you for teaching me this. Thank you for teaching me, really. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we should stick to add user bar. Okay, thank you. All right, so sudo add user, Temitope, and then press enter. Admin 123 and admin 123. Full name, just I don't want. And yes, I have created new users. So let me use my getEnt to check. So now I have users root, Ubuntu, Ayodele, Praise, Temitope, right? Now, one thing I want you to see is that now the group usually shows up here. If I do ls-l, you would see that most of the things here are, this is the group. So the first one here is your user. The second one here is your group, right? So as of now, it is the Ubuntu user and Ubuntu group. That means it's all by itself, right? So that means, what that basically means is that only okay, there's also this as well. There's also this. So, oh my God, where do I start from? Okay, I will explain it. I will explain it when I get there. So this is your user and this is your group, right? So I have created a user DevOps. I have created a user DevOps. So now I'm going to ask myself to change this file to be accessible by anyone that is in the group DevOps. So I want to change this file to DevOps. And I think that would be chi mode. That will be chi mode. But before then, let us add Ayodele and all the users that we created, let us add them to the DevOps group. And the command is pretty easy, just like what is here. Sudo user modify -a and a group, add to the DevOps group the user Ayodele. That's just what this means. Sudo user mode -ag, the name of my group, which is DevOps, and the name of the user, which is Ayodele. So I press enter, right? And let me try to see if there's any change. I am not seeing the change here. And I know I am checking the wrong place. So we will talk about sudo as file later, but by only to answer your question, if you want Ayodele to now have admin rights, I think this will work. You just add the person to the sudo group. So I believe you can add a user to multiple groups. So I've added Ayodele to the DevOps group. I can also add Ayodele to the sudo group. This time I am adding to the sudo group, and I'm hoping that once I've added Ayodele to the sudo group, it should be able to run those commands. So let us try this command and see if it will give us what we want. I'm kind of forgetting this part, but I'm happy to try. So sudo su -ayodele. And yeah, as you can see, it has told me that I am now an administrator because I have added Ayodele to the sudo. So to run a command as administrator, user is root, use the sudo command. So I can now do sudo, right? Sudo, what did we want to cat that time? Cat /etc/password. And it's asking for password for Ayodele, which is admin123. As you can see, I can read the file. I can read the file. But let me exit and go to sudo su-praise. And let me try to now run that command that I ran before. Sudo cat /etc/password is going to ask for my PIN code. And as you can see, praise is not what? Somebody should read it out.
In the sudo as file.
It's not in the sudo as file. That means praise has not been added to the sudo as list. Does that make sense? So when I added Ayodele to sudo, it could easily start running sudo commands. But praise is a new user who is not in sudo. So let us now exit, because if I try to add praise to a sudo from here, praise cannot run a sudo command. So even if I try to add him to the sudo as list, it will not be able to be added. So let me just copy the command sudo, where is it? Sudo user mode -ag sudo, and then I will type praise. And it has answered me. So let me now try to switch as praise again. As you can see, praise is now an administrator who can read the file that you couldn't read before. So that's just basically how your sudo group works. That's how your group basically works. So we created a group called DevOps, and we added one of the users to the DevOps group. So whoever is in that DevOps group can access any file that the DevOps, where am I? Yeah, any file that the DevOps group can access. That is the main thing. So if I can now modify this file to be read by the DevOps group, so and that the command is chmod, sudo chmod, change mode. No, it's chown, change ownership. Sudo chown this file Sudo CHOWN, what am I changing it to? It is the Ubuntu user, but I'm changing the group to DevOps, so it will still be Ubuntu column DevOps and the name of my file, and press enter. And if I run ls-la again, the file is no longer, it was under the Ubuntu group. Now it's no longer the Ubuntu group. Now it's under the DevOps group. Any questions? I know there will be questions. I know there will be questions. So should I continue with true mode, true one, true group? Should we finish up true own, true mode, true group, and then we'll go to bed? Or you want to add this one? How to, when we made our Linux user a sudo user, it still asked us for password. But you realize that when we do sudo in Ubuntu, it doesn't ask us for password, right? So, any comments? Any comments?
We can do the switch users.
Okay. Let us now we have done true mode. True own, we've done true own, which is to change ownership, right? So for example, there is this file here, Docker Compose, right? Let me switch to let me see, cat Docker Compose. Okay, it's just all nonsense, right? Which is fine. It's fine as all nonsense. Now I will clear. Clear. No, let's see if I can have something. GPG. Cat GPG. Okay, this is easier for me to read GPG file, but I want to change it to root. Docker Compose is root. That's why I wanted to use it. So let me change GPG to root. So sudo chown root :root GPG. And then if I do ls-l again, you would see that GPG is also now owned by root, right? So if I switch to the user sudo su dash Temitope, who is not an admin, Temitope, right? And I do cat/home. Don't worry, I know where it is. That's why I'm easy to. It's easy for me to enter. cat/home/ that slash that's in my Ubuntu slash GPG. What do we see here? Permission denied. Why? Because GPG is owned by root. It's owned by the root user and by the root group, right? And that would take us in the next class to what all of these things mean. But let me now exit and switch to Praise, right? Who is now a root user, and I run this same command /home/Ubuntu. Cat permission denied, but if I now do a sudo cat, it asks for my password, admin123, boom, I can read it. Did what I do make sense? I want you to ask me questions except you're tired.
So can I see it again? Starting from the sudo su press.
So if you look here, I modified the owner and the group of this JPG file. Before now, it was owned by Ubuntu and Ubuntu group, right? But even as Ubuntu, praise will not be able to read it, right? But now I changed it to root and root. That means sudo can read it. Sudo can read it. And when I switched to Temitope, I could not read it because Temitope is not a sudo user. And when I moved to praise as well, praise as a normal user cannot read it, but sudo made praise able to read it.
Okay.
Any questions? Don't worry, it will all come together. We have 6 months to do this. Most of our commands are going to be run on Linux, so we have 6 full months to do all of this. Can I continue? We have 3 more minutes. The next one is chmod. I have to keep chmod because of this calculation. This is where chmod comes in. So we'll do it in the next class, which would be, I think Sunday we are having our practical class, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I will give you an exam that pass your power, but expect something dramatic. And Samson will be the one driving the Sunday class. Are you ready? Samson, you don't sleep? Hello, Samson? Okay, let's continue.
Can you hear me?
I guess he's
Yes,
speaking, it's the mic.
I hear
Yeah.
you. Now, we don't know what you did to your microphone, but
I heard you, sir.
so you are ready to share, to drive us on Sunday, to drive us to where
Oh.
we don't know.
Okay. Oh.
Abi. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Voila. All right. Change group. That is if you want to change group association to a file or directory. I don't usually use this, so I can't teach it. And I doubt that you would see it anywhere, anytime soon. So let's keep this for now. But yeah, change ownership. As you can see, you can change ownership of a file or directory. Chill mode is for permissions. Let's do this one, then we can go home. Make a Linux user a sudo user. We've done this, right? So let us now say, let me change this to Ayodele. Let us now say I want to, because if you see what I did, I'm still praised, right? Let me run that command again. Let me exit and switch again and run that command again. It's asking me for password, right? But if I exit and I cat slash etc slash, where is it? Where is it? Cat slash etc slash password. You see, it did not. Have I changed the permission or what? How am I able to read this without sudo? Anyways, what I was bringing out was that if I run sudo commands on Ubuntu, it doesn't ask me for my password. But if I run it on another account, it asks me for my password. So the question is, how do I do it in such a way that it doesn't ask me for password anymore? And that's simple. You have to configure it, right? You have to configure it in such a way in a file called your sudo as file. And this is where Bolawan's question comes in. In a file called your sudo as file, right? In a file called your sudo as file. And how do you edit the sudo as file that makes it work? This is the sudo as file, cat slash etc slash sudo as sudo sudip mulote bayo sudo cat/etc, right? Now, this is the sudoers file, but you don't edit it with nano. It is wrong. It's not that it won't work. I believe it will work, but you don't edit it with nano. You don't edit it with vi. This is how you edit it. This is the command: sudo v sudo. Sudo v sudo. So just copy this command, and then it's going to open it in a nano format, right? Well, after you copy it, then add the command here, ayodele, all is equal to all, no password is all. And when you add it at the end of the line, it will no longer ask you to enter a password. So I've added this, and Control X, as you can see, it's a nano, it's not VI. Control X here, exit. Control X, and then do you want to save? Yes, and save this. Now that I've done this, let me now sudo su dash ayodele, and let me cat/etc/password. Oh, I'm sudo, so it allows me to read. So let me do etc/sudo as permission denied. Let me sudo. Once I sudo, it's not going to ask me to enter password anymore. You say I can just read. Meanwhile, if I sudo su-praise and I run the same command, which is sudo cat/etc/sudo as, it's going to work, but it's going to ask me for password. So you see the difference. Now, that is how you do it in such a way that it doesn't ask you for password anymore. Let's say you don't want to be using Ubuntu user anymore, right? So just you want to freestyle, you want to create your own user, but you don't like it asking you for password all the time, because trust me, it can be annoying. It can be annoying. This is how to go through it. And any other questions? So in the next class, which is either next Monday or next Tuesday, depending on when Sarah will be available, we'll finish up this permissions. We will talk about, well, when we finish permissions, we're going to come back here and talk about some other common Linux commands, right? Some other common Linux commands like this. And then we are going to talk about SSH, SCP, SSH and SCP. And yeah, that should be all for tonight. Any questions? Any questions? Adirunke?
Well, it's a lot to take in tonight, so
Okay. But
still processing it.
does it at least make any sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Thank you. Ogadeji, good evening, sir. We greet you.
Sorry, I'm joining a bit late. I wasn't feeling too good, so I took some medication that
If to say you be woman now, you get out waiting for us.
so I slept over, but I was so mad.
It
Well,
is
I'm good.
fine.
I'm good. I'll listen to the video later,
No
so that will
worries.
be
I
all
hope
right.
you feel better.
Yeah, much better now. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess that's all for tonight. If there are no questions,
I have a question.
ask your question. I don't tell you, every question you ask, your money go double.
Okay, there's no question.
Ask now. You don't already ask.
God. That's why I didn't ask questions. So
Ask your question.
the when we are changing the user, the root, and the user group and all. There's one that you change, you use the CHOWN root :root. So I don't know which one is group, which one is user, because all of them are root.
The first
Before,
one is
and the thing is, before, they belongs to Ubuntu. So it's kind of now like How did you target that? Okay, you change from this group to this group. So, but both of them is root, so it's confusing, kind
So
of.
the first one is the user, the second one is the group. You get, so in most cases, let me do ls-l home slash etc, right? These are all roots. Yeah, this is a root user, but it's in a group called shadow. So you won't always have root, Ubuntu. Even if you do, know that the first one is your user, the next one is your group. Know this and know peace.
Okay, so if you are changing as well, that command
Yes,
is
I don't know if the command will allow you to just run one parameter. I don't know.
Oh,
So
no. What I mean is,
you
that's CHOWN.
yes, it will now be
Sorry,
CHOWN.
CHOW mode. Okay.
Yes,
So CHOWN the user
yes,
column the
and the
group.
group. Yes.
So I can have two different names. I can have root
It
as the
can be
user,
root and DevOps.
DevOps as the
You know,
group.
we created the DevOps group.
Yeah, and also it can be the other way. So I can
It can
say
be the other, as long as that user exists. Because if it doesn't exist, I don't think it will work. So for example, ls-l, let me see if I can change this one. You know, DevOps group exists. Let me see if I can change it to the DevOps user. It could feel work and expect you to create the DevOps user. So let's say sudo chown DevOps, right? Colon DevOps, right? Git. What? Oh, it didn't work, right? What did he say? He said he couldn't find the user, DevOps, invalid user. Why? Because the DevOps user does not exist.
okay. So,
You get?
yeah, thank you. So the other question is, what is different between CHOWN and CHOW mode?
CHOWN is to change the owner and user and group. CHOW mode is to modify the file type. And that's it. That basically applies to all you see here.
File type, okay.
Yes, CHOW mode deals with this, which is your user and your group. But CHOWN deals with user and group, that's ownership. CHOW mode modifies the file type. Who can modify this RWX, 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 R-X, it means something. And it is CHOW mode that you use to do that. If you remember in your Mac, for you to be able to access your SSH file, you needed to change your PEM file to CHOW mode 600, right?
Yes, sir.
So let me touch bio.pem, right? ls-l. When I touch it, automatically it gave me the Ubuntu user Ubuntu root. As it is like this, I cannot use it to SSH because the permissions are too open. So I have to sudo chow mode. At least remember that chow mode 600 bio.pem. And look at this. Right now is rw dash rw dash r dash dash, right? Because that's the default when you, as a normal user, create a file. So let me now change it to 600 and you will see, you will now tell me the difference. ls-l. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Yeah, so now before we have RWR, and now we have only one.
Just RW, and at the rest are dash 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 dash. How did it convert from R to dash dash dash? It is the chow mode command. I could also make it have all permission. Sudo chow mode 777 bio.pem and sorry, sudo chow mode 777 bio.pem, and I can run ls-l again. And what do you see? It's no longer rw dash, now it has all the permissions, rwx, rwx, rwx. But we'll talk about it more in the next class. But do you understand what chow mode does now?
Yes, sir.
CHOWN mode basically works with numbers. You see 600 here, 777 here. I can change it to 640 640, and run my ls-l again. 640, what does it give me? rw dash r dash 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 dash. That should give you an idea of what chew mode does.
It does.
Yes, but you shall remember that we had to run the chew mode command because your PEM file was too open.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe the other question that I have, maybe I will ask next class. I just want to ask the importance of that group. It's confusing. We have
Of which group?
that, as in the importance of group in this.
You again, you may not have all of the insights now. Like I said, we have 6 long months to deal with it. 6 long months to be able to deal with it. So I may not be able to specifically tell you that group is important, but like I told you, you can add your users into certain groups and set permission that only people of this group should be able to access this file.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Especially if you are using a shared folder like /tmp, ls-l/tmp, which is a temporary folder. You see, it's a temporary folder owned by root. This is owned by Ubuntu. So if you are using an Ubuntu server that has about 200 users, but only 10 DevOps people, you can, in this place, you just set, even though it's in an open folder like /tmp, only DevOps people, the others can see it, that is there, but they cannot read the content.
Okay.
You get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know your money is waiting. So.
Sure.
All right. Any other questions? As Bola's question, has it sparked any question in any of us' mind? Adebayo?
Yes, I understand a little bit.
Okay, you go back and go and understand fully. Aderonke?
No questions for now.
For now, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, you.
We are good. We are good, sir.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tonight's class. See you on Sunday. Your assignment on Sunday will be posted on Sunday afternoon so that nobody will go and start working it in the side. Everybody must show up in class and you must do the assignment together. C'est bon? C'est bon.
C'est bon.
Merci. Merci. See ya
Beaucoup.
on Sunday evening. But your assignment will posted Sunday afternoon so that something will not go and try it before class time. Something,
Okay.
something is the one driving. So see you guys and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.